Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing the full card breakdown and in detail predictions for UFC Fight Night Columbus, Blaydes versus Daukaus full card breakdown. Some great card, stat card. Let's get straight into it. Starting with the early prelim opener of, I had to re-record this by the way. I got up to Dana background of Chris Gutierrez, and I wasn't recording the whole time. So yeah, I'm just do it again. Starting with the early prelim opener, Saldana versus Bruno Souza. I'm going to go Souza here. I'm going to go Bruno Souza over Saldana kicking off this card. Saldana's not impressive to me. Hasn't been impressive at all. Austin Lingo figured him out. You know what? Yeah. He beat Vince Murdoch in the contender series, which was a good win. But he arguably could have lost to Jordan Griffin. And he did lost that fight, I thought. I thought Jordan Griffin clearly won that fight, actually. Austin Lingo figured him out. And you notice, Saldana doesn't really have great cardio, and he doesn't really have great takedown defense as well. And Souza that's his best. He has really decent cardio. We saw him in the third round against Melsik Bagdasaryan, a really good fighter in Melsik Bagdasaryan on short notice. He looked good. Third round he looked good. First two rounds were clearly Melsik, and he clearly won that fight, Melsik. And Melsik didn't really look good in that fight. He didn't really had a great performance there because Souza was really good in the third round. Good takedowns. Well, he does have usually good takedowns. He did get takedowns here though, but good cardio. He beat Cormac Kirk, which is a good win as well. I'm definitely gonna be going for Souza here, winning the last two rounds here of this fight. Saldana maybe wins the first round. He has a reach advantage. Maybe he can base on that, but I'm not picking him here. Souza for the win. Moving on up the card. Aleksandar Kizrayev versus Dennis Tealand. That's a last name. I'm gonna go for Kizrayev here. I think you gotta go for him here. Short notice for Tealand coming into this. Kizrayev is he's good. The Black Wolf, 31 years old, had lots of cancellations. Supposed to fight Wellington Turman, Kyle Daukaus, Leslie Chirico, and Abu Magomedov on this card. I was really looking forward to that matchup, but he won in the contender series. I think he'll get a quick sub over Dennis Tealand. Not just because it's Kizrayev and he's very good. Just Tealand's not that great. Lost to Ikram Eliskarel, the guy that lost to Hamza Chimaev. But overall hasn't fought great competition. 0-11, 0-0-0. And he hasn't lost to great opponents as well. 9-3. Gene Patrick. Split decision, but he still lost. I just don't. Beat 11-2 in his last fight, which is pretty good. He just fought yesterday. Or not yesterday. That was last year, actually. I don't know why I said yesterday. Because it said it's 21st today. He fought a year ago yesterday. So, I think he'll lose this fight, though. I'll go Kizrayev, quick submission. He's very good, Kizrayev. It sucks he had those cancellations, but he fought last in November 2020. I think he'll get a first round submission. Rear naked choke, I'll say, over to Tealand. Moving on up the card, David Dvorak versus Matheus Nicolau. This is an interesting one. I'm gonna go for Matheus Nicolau as an underdog here over David Dvorak. Dvorak's good, but I don't know. I think Nicolau is really good, man. Let's start with David Dvorak, though, 29 years old, very good fighter. But how really good is Juan Camilo Ronderos? How really good is he? He's not that good. Not the best of fighters. Jordan Espinosa made it close there. He won clearly, though. And Bruno Silva, he won against as well, which is a good win. But I just don't think he's that great. He hasn't fought in a while. Last May. You know, Matheus Nicolau, 29 years old as well. He's been active though, man. Really, really active. Beat Medel Cap. I don't think he did win against Medel Cap. I don't agree with that, but he made it really close in that fight against Cap. Cap had a few moments in the third round, which should have went to him, but it was Nicolau that got the win on paper. Close fight though. It was a bit of a robbery though, but beats Tim Elliott. Looks really good against Tim Elliott. We see Elliott just bounce back against Tagirulin-Bekov, which is a good win. And ever since he got cut from the UFC after losing to Dustin Ortiz, he looked good. He beat two guys at Future FC and Brave FC, or Brave CF. I think he'll win a close decision here over David Dvorak. He's fought better competition. I think he'll win this fight over David Dvorak. I think they're both the same age. Reach. No, this is the wrong fight. David Dvorak has a 2-inch reach advantage, but he'll be 1 inch shorter. Taking Nickel out here. Split decision, I'll say. Moving on up the card. Dana Baccarel versus Chris Gutierrez. I'm going to go for Dana Baccarel here over Chris Gutierrez. Baccarel's really, really good. And Chris Gutierrez, he got me at first. He was a very good fighter. Very good leg kicks. We saw he beat a lot of people with leg kicks. We got a leg kick TKO over Vince Morales. And Andre Yuli chopped him down with leg kicks. But that last one against Filipe Colares is trash, man. He's trash, and you take that word from me. He's not a good fighter. And Colares is just trash at striking, and caught Chris Gutierrez here and there. Gutierrez was winning the fight clearly and should have been a unanimous decision. But 29-28, I thought it was. Colares is not good. Not a good fighter, Colares. And he caught Gutierrez here and there. Gutierrez won, but Colares is not good, and he was catching Gutierrez here and there. And I think Baccarel is far levels from Chris Gutierrez. I think he is gonna win against Chris Gutierrez here, but he far levels from Filipe Colares. He beat Brandon Davis, which is a good win. Brandon Davis is a really good win. Kennedy Tebedad. Kennedy, that's a good win. Kennedy just bounced back against Chris Moutinho 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago now. Ever since that Hilal Tank fight, he's just looked really good, and I think he's gonna win here against Chris Gutierrez by knockout in the first round. I feel like this is him winning this one. Moving on up the card. I hate these adverts, man. I hate them so much. You never were there before, but yeah. Moving on. Sarah McMahon versus Carol Rosa. I'm going to go for Carol Rosa here. Pretty confidently as well. I think Carol Rosa is really good, man. Really good. I really like Carol Rosa. 27 years old. She is a very good fighter. I like Carol Rosa. Really good fighter. Destroyed Betch Kahea in her last fight, and she hasn't fought the best of competition, I understand. Beat Jocelyn Edwards as well, but used both grappling in that fight. Beat Vanessa Mello as well, and Laura Pacapillo. She's a really good fighter, man. I really like her consistency, and she's been pretty active as well. Fought twice last year against Jocelyn Edwards and Betch Kahea. But I think McMahon has really good grappling, but we see 41 years old, sliding a little bit. She has really good grappling. She looked decent against Juliana Pena in their fight. Pena just beat Nunes around. She's the current champion now. But I don't know how you can justify a win over Lena Landsberg. Like, oh, good win. You're gonna beat Carol Rosa because you beat Lena Landsberg. You're losing to Marion Renault. And not just losing to Marion Renault, you're getting triangled by Marion Renault. Triangled. A tough mission to pull off unless you're Paul Craig. Triangle to Marion Renault. I just can't pick that. I'm going for Carol Rosa here. Winning on the feet. I think if she needs to, she can take it to the ground herself. And I think she'll win this fight. On the feet. For 3 rounds to get like a 30-27 decision win. Moving on up the card, Mark Diakije versus Vyacheslav Borshev. I'm gonna go for Vyacheslav Borshev, but I just think Mark Diakije's done at this point, man. I'm going to go for Vyacheslav Borshev. I think all momentum's on his side. We see Borshev looking really good. Staying really active. 30 years old. Slava Claus. Coming off a win over Dakota Bush. The first KO, as I know him of, the first knockout of 2022. That's what I know. First card ever, though. The first card of 2022. Knocked out Chris Duncan as well. He just has a lot. He didn't look that great against Dakota Bush, but he was worrying about the takedown. I don't think Takeshi will have any type of threat to the ground. He's 29 years old still, Mark Takeshi. But you just see Fiziev beat him up badly. Very badly. And Rafael Alves was cracking him a lot. Doesn't show sign of a good chin, and eventually got submitted with a guillotine. He beat Lando Venata and Joe Duffy, but it's just not the same, man, you know? He doesn't have the same KO KO power, punch. Timu Pakalayan, that was a really brutal KO against Lucas Suzuki as well. But you see, Jakar Close, Dan Hooker beat him as well. Nazra Hakbaras. I'm going to go for Vyacheslav Borshev. Maybe if this was prime Takeshi, like if this was back to like that big one punch, maybe then I'd maybe pick him. But I'm going to go Borshev here. Late first round TKO, I'll go as well. I think he can wear down on, I think he'll land big shots and get like a standing TKO, I'll say, over Mark Takeshi. Close though. Moving on up the card, Neil Magny versus Max Griffin. I'm going to go for Neil Magny over Max Griffin. Closer fight than people think it is. Really closer fight than people think it is. I'm going to go Neil Magny though over Max Griffin. Max Griffin has a chance. I wasn't picking him at all, but he does have a really good chance of pulling this one off. Because Magny doesn't take calf kicks well and leg kicks well. And Max Griffin just spams leg kicks. So maybe you can justify that. And Max Griffin does have wrestling to fall back on. Has a pretty decent stand-up. We saw he got a KO over Song Kanan, or Kanan Song. But you're making it, if you want to become something, make it, please just beat Carlos Condit a bit more easier than what you made it look like. Like, that fight against Condit, if Max Griffin did get the takedown in the third round, that could be Condit's win. I think it was a clear Max Griffin win. But Song Kanan's Song is not that good. Rabbi's Brahim, as we can see now, is a bit overrated. If you look at that Court McGee fight, I think Magny's far levels from all of those guys. And I know he's been out for a while, but I think he wanted to fight. He wanted to fight Chimaev, Hamzat Chimaev. That fight didn't happen for some reason. But beat Jeff Neal. Lost to Michael Chiesa, but I don't know what happened in that fight. And maybe Max Griffin just pulls off a grappling clinic. I just don't see it happening. I think Neil Magny can win it. Robbie Lawler at this point, not the best. Anthony Rockamora, that was a close fight, but dominated Li Jingliang. I'm going to trust him to win against Max Griffin in a close decision, 29-28, split decision, I'll say. I think it'll be a really close fight. Moving on up the card, Jennifer Maia versus Manon Fiorot. Great matchup in the headliner of the prelims. I'm going to go for Manon Fiorot here. But I don't like how they're rushing her, man. She was supposed to fight at UFC 272 against Jessica I. They should have rebooked that fight to this card instead, not push it to Jennifer Maia. That really annoys me. It's fine, though. I'm going to go Manon Fiorot 30-27 decision. But, because we've seen her last fight. She has cardio. It's not like she's just some beast that knocks you out, but gasses a lot. Like, well, first 2 rounds she destroys you, but the last round she's kind of like slowing down. She can push pace. We saw that against Mayra Bueno Silva. destroyed Tabitha Ricci, and we see Ricci now come back in her last fight against that girl. I forgot what her name is. She just bounced back Tabitha Ricci against Maria Oliveira. So it's not like these are bad fighters. Mayra Bueno Silva is a really good fighter. And Victoria Leonardo, since then, fought Melissa Gatto, but that was a competitive fight against Gatto. So, I don't know. I think I'm going to go for Manon Fiora. We see Maya, 33 years old, taking the damage. But she took down Shevchenko in that fight. Took down Shevchenko. So maybe, just maybe, she just out-grapples Fiora. Will Fiora takedown defense be on point? I believe so. We see Shevchenko just go there for 3 rounds twice. And I know she beat Joanne Wood, but Joanne Calderwood at this point, not really the best. I'm going to go for Manon Fiora here. I feel like she's going to win this fight. 30-27 confidently, but don't rush her to it. Don't give her a title shot if she wins. Give her like a winner or someone. But yeah, I think Manon Fiora wins it. Moving on up the card. Alexei Oleinik versus Ilir Latifi. I'm going to go for Ilir Latifi here. It hurts me to say because Oleinik, I think it's kind of like it's done at this point. 44 years old. I think he needs to get that 60th win before leaving. But you see, Sergey Spivak out-grapple him. And he just doesn't have the same dominance where he was good at before. Like, he beat Maurice Green in that. But he gets hurt badly by Overeem, Walt Harris, Lewis, back of the headshots as well in that fight. And he really badly hurt Oleinik in that fight. And Chris Daukaus beat him up as well. Sergey Spivak, Spivak was out-grappling him. I know Spivak's good, but, like, Oleinik just doesn't have it anymore. I think Ilir Latifi been looking good. Been looking really good. Although Latifi's been taking damage, he's 38 himself. He beat Tanner Boser. And Tanner Boser is a guy that arguably, other than Cyril Gahn, he's lost to nobody. I know he lost to Arlovsky, but arguably could have went to Boser. And Latifi, although not doing enough damage in that fight, and I still think he won because Boser didn't do enough. Boser did some damage, but that fight could have won either way. And he arguably could have won against Derek Lewis. I actually don't mind that going to Latifi. I thought Latifi won that fight. I'm going to go for Ilir Latifi. He lost to Ozdemir, but ever since moving to heavyweight, he's been looking really good. Although small, he's been looking really good, though. You have to admit, I'm definitely going to be going with him here. He's supposed to fight Alexander Romanov. He probably would have won that fight because Romanov doesn't have the best cardio. Probably would have won that fight. I'm gonna go for Latifi. I think this is time's up for Oleinik. And Latifi could KO him, but I'm gonna go for Latifi. Just out hustling Oleinik for 3 rounds. Decision win. Moving on up the card. Matt Brown versus Bryan Barberena. I'm gonna go for Matt Brown here. Over Bryan Barberena. I'm gonna go for Matt Brown over Bryan Barberena. I think Matt Brown, although older, I think he's just like a resurgence. Matt Brown, 41 years old, lost to Carlos Condit, but ever since then, like coming off a big KO win over Diego Lima, knocked him out cold, knocked out Diego Sanchez and Ben Saunders, so he still has it. Was beating up Miguel Baeza before getting caught out of nowhere. So like, you look, I think Bryan Barberena is good, but like, you see, he doesn't show the best of chins against Jason Witt, and Witt is not that great. Randy Brown for Vicente Luque, awesome losses to have. Luque was winning against Luque, but it was different then, though. I just don't see him winning. Anthony Ivy, I don't know how to say that as a great win. Beat Darian Weeks, and Weeks is now taking on Ian Gary. But if you look at that fight closely, Weeks could win that fight on short notice. I don't think he did. I think Bryan Barberena won it. But Barberena showed good leg kicks. I think Matt Brown can deal with the leg kicks of Bryan Barberena and check some of the leg kicks. I think Matt Brown goes out there, knocks him out, steps through with a big overhand, puts Brian Barboza to sleep. I think he wins it. Moving on up the card to the feature of the card, Askar Askarov versus Kai Kara France. I'm gonna go for Kai Kara France as an underdog over Askar Askarov. I think he's an underdog as well, yeah. Oh my goodness, those odds. I'm taking Kai Kara France. I don't care. Kai Kara France is very good, and he probably has one of the best counter grappling and takedown defense at flyweight. I know he lost a guillotine choke to Brown Roybal, but it's random. I say he wins a rematch against Roybal. He cracked Roybal. It was weird. Spinning elbow from Roybal. It was weird. I say he wins a rematch though. But I think he has a lot of momentum right now, Kai Kara France. Lot of momentum. Askar Askarov hasn't fought in so long, man. He was he's fought over a year now. Over a year. I don't like that look. Beat Joseph Benavidez, but how do you say that? And also, I'm not just picking Kai Kara France because he's good and Askar hasn't fought in a while. There's proof of Askar struggling against good guys with good grappling. Like, I know he beats Benavidez, but Benavidez is done at this point. Alejandro Pantoja, Brandon Moreno. You see both of those guys. He struggles against both of them. Arguably could have lost to both of them. I know he beat Tim Elliott. Good win. But Pantoja could have won that fight. If you count the knockdown in the third round, arguably could have won. Brandon Moreno could have won that fight. And you see Askar Askarov couldn't beat both of these guys in the grappling dominantly as he could to other people. I'm not picking him. I'm going for Kai Kara France, exposing him and getting a KO again. Punches this time again, too. I think he has a lot of momentum. 28 years old. Just beat Cody Garbrandt brutally by KO. Badly as well. And beat Rogerio Bontorin. I know Bontorin was out grappling him, but eventually came back and won. I think it'll be like a late first round TKO for Kai Kara France. After Askar's winning, on when it's on the feet, big shot from Kai. Askar goes down pretty badly. I think he wins it. Also lost to Brandon Moreno, but made it competitive as well. I'm going for Kai Kara France. Moving on up the card to the co-main event, which is Joanne Calderwood versus Alexa Grasso. I'm going for Alexa Grasso here over Joanne Calderwood. I think Alexa Grasso is good. I think she is a good fighter. 28 years old. She's good. I don't know. I think she's a really good fighter. Ever since moving to flyweight, she's looked awesome. Against Macy Barber, looked really good there. Sold Macy Barber and schooled Jiyeon Kim as well. Overall, has been looking really good. I think she's going to go out there and win. Arguably could have won against Carlos Barza. And Joanne Calderwood hasn't been the same. 36 years old. Tyler Santos destroyed her. Arguably could have won against Lauren Murphy, but Murphy making it close with you. Split decision. I'm going to go, and Maya beat her as well. Going for Alexa Grasso. 30-27 decision win. Moving up the card to the main event. Curtis Blaydes versus Chris Daukaus. I'm going to go for Curtis Blaydes here over Chris Daukaus. I think there's just a size difference, man. Like, Chris Daukaus, I'm going to go for Curtis Blaydes. Curtis Blaydes, he didn't look that great against Jairzinho Rosenstrike, but be real here. It was after a brutal KO loss to Derek Lewis. Badly. He got flatlined out cold. You know? And he's fighting another power puncher in Rosenstrike. And Rosenstrike's been practicing his takedown defense. I might pick him against Marcin Tybura coming up. And Lewis, he was winning against Lewis. Everyone's winning against Lewis before they get KO'd. Even Chris Daukaus in that fight against Lewis as well. And he beats Volkov. But Volkov, I know Volkov just got dominated by Tom Aspinall, but he's good as well. Like, I know Chris Daukaus has power, but Daukaus would probably lose to Rosa strike, probably. But he also got KO'd by Lewis. Beat Shamil Abdurakhimov, but Shamil at this point is not that great. I was whenever Parker Porter's aging well. I'll give him that. That's aging really well. But I'm going for Curtis Blaydes here. Daukaus, I just don't think he's gonna be good here, man. I don't think he's gonna be good here. I think Curtis Blaydes is gonna take him down. He has really fast hands, Chris Daukaus, but not as fast. Like, it's fast. But Blaydes has a decent chin. I know people call him chinny, but you're facing Ngannou and Lewis. If you get hit by them, oh, if I get knocked out by Ngannou, I'm chinny. Like, he's a good chin, Blaydes. Underrated chin. People always crap on him for his chin, but decent chin. Like, you got KO'd by Ngannou once. First fight was Dr. Stoppage. He got KO'd twice. He got cut off an uppercut against Lewis. He got KO'd brutally. He got KO'd bad. Like, he got KO'd more brutally against Lewis than Daukaus did. Daukaus kind of got KO'd against the cage in a clinch exchange. I'm gonna go for Curtis Blaydes though. I'm gonna go for a TKO ground and pound, back flat. In like the second or third round for Curtis Blaydes. But before I go, Chris Daukaus has more of a chance than people think he has. Like, people give him. Everyone's picking Blaydes. I understand Blaydes will win, but Daukaus has more of a chance than people give him. Like, he does have more of a chance. He has a good chance than people. Like, people are picking Blaydes. I can't say this perfect. Daukaus has more of a chance than people give him. Just gonna put that, but I'm going for Curtis Blaydes. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe if you're watching. This is the full card predictions for UFC Fight Night Columbus. Blaydes versus Daukaus. And yeah, peace out, guys. Woo! Oh, I hate when I do that. Peace out, guys. Woo! Peace out.